Hello, NocRan here. On my road to saving for Arlecchino, a thought occurred. How many primogems can you obtain in a week? But there's a twist. See, I don't want to just no-life the game for a week. I've already done that before. I wanted to try something that might be more relatable.
For real?
This is where the casual part comes in. I get it, you're busy, you've got school, you've got work, you've got to study, you've got to take care of your family. You barely have any time. So, for this video, I'm only allowed to play 1 hour a day to encapsulate the true casual experience. Let's get started. Welcome to day 1. My primogem count is starting at 57,869. First things first, commissions. No achievement-based ones, which made me very sad. After doing my commissions, it was time to do Abyss.
Oh god.
This Abyss rotation started out pretty normal, until floor 12 when my lack of knowledge began to show. I still didn't care to optimize and learn how to properly use Hyperbloom, and I ran Zhongli on the team because I'm lazy. I also didn't really know what half the enemies did in some of the chambers.
What is that?
All in all, it ended with me getting 34 stars, and as usual, I didn't plan on retrying for 36. After doing Abyss, I decided it was time to speedrun some quests and clear up my log a bit. Quick note, I will not be doing the main Fontaine Archon quest in this video since I'll be taking my time and actually paying attention to that story. Eeny, meeny, miny, this one. Okay, so this quest doesn't actually give primos, so just kidding, looks like I'm doing this one now. After completing the old guy's trials, I took a tour around some cave, which was so slow. Hurry up, old man! After I poisoned the old man,
This is insane.
and pinned it all on Paimon, I completed what seemed to be the first part of the questline, and proceeded to the next one. Got a little chest on the way, got stuck on some roots, got a little lost, got another chest, and oh no, it's a puzzle.
I'm not a smart man.
After fumbling around for a solid couple minutes cause I'm blind and dumb, I completed the second part of the questline and moved on. Picked up a precious chest, a waypoint, got ambushed by a slime, and then some.
Dodge this, you bastard!
Got a luxurious chest and moved on again. Is what I would have done if I didn't get distracted. Explored the ruins a bit, got ambushed by more slimes because I got too curious, picked up a spirit carp, got another chest, and then I moved on. I got out of the cave, which signaled the end of the questline, and also got an achievement, which was pretty nice. That also marks the end of day 1, where I ended at 58,598. I'm sure the daily gain is showing up on screen now. I'll see you all tomorrow. Hi. It is now tomorrow. Commissions. Once again, no achievement-based ones. By the way, yes, this 1 hour daily limit includes spending my resin, and I kind of forgot to do that on day 1, so... Today I decided to do the threefold expectations quest. The first part consisted of me shooting down some slimes with my impeccable aim, which netted me a chest. The second part had me running around only to accidentally solve the puzzle, which gave me a chest. Part 3 was super easy. Next thing I know, I got kidnapped into a domain and ambushed by a bunch of slimes. I'm starting to see a trend here. But hey, I ended up with a precious chest at the end, so totally worth. The end of the quest gave me 40 primos and an achievement. Pretty good. Next up, this one. After collecting some clues and trial and erroring, deducting my way through the beginning of the quest, I put some would-be animal abusers to death. Just another day in Fontaine.
PETA is on their way.
I trial and errored some more, followed a dog, got distracted by a time trial challenge that I only failed a couple times, saved some brat from some slimes, and spammed my left mouse button. Next, I had to find a quest item underwater, which not only let me find a chest, but also let me find out that my artifact storage was full. Finishing the first part of the quest, I moved on to the second part, which had me diving back into the depths of my despair. Next thing you know, I'm playing Hitman and have to distract the bandits. Those barrels were not it. Stuffing Paimon into a box was not it, even though I really wish it was.
Well, you two, shut up!
Instead, I gave them food poisoning?
You kill someone!
Well, anyway, after the bandits turned on each other, I had to calm them down the only way I knew how. Death. Continuing with the quest, I chased down the least sus person in the game, called Paimon fat, called her short, let the game trial and error for me, acted out a play with Paimon, a fairy, and a robot, and finally finished the quest. This quest honestly took a lot longer than I thought it would, and I only had a couple minutes left for the day, so I quickly did the pre-quest for the new event in preparation for day 3, which, after calculating the daily primogem gain, begins now. It begins now. Welcome to day 3. This day began with me crying over not getting any achievement-based commissions again. I'm starting to see a trend here. After which I tried to spend my resin and was promptly reminded that I still had a full artifact storage. Oops. Watch this, watch this. After finally collecting my commissions, I decided to get some event content done. The new event was pretty cool with a time freeze, though for this particular video it was pretty bad since I kept freezing time and getting distracted by the cool shots. Anyway, after catching up on that event, I tried to finish my Walter White simulator in the other. But can I just mention how long this potion event is? Like, I could actually feel my brain melting, though that might be a side effect of trying my own products. After grinding out the event for the rest of the hour, I still didn't finish it. There really wasn't much else going on other than me shoving a brain hook up my nostril, so after collecting what I'd earned for the day and taking a look at my current primogem count, I logged off and dove straight into bed. Hello again. Okay. Day 4 started off different. Anyway, that was that. By the way, this is one of my least favorite commissions since all you do is wait. With the dailies out of the way, it was time to pass my potions class at Hogwarts.
3:28 a.m.
Oh god, more instructions. Am I done? I think I'm done. Oh, thank god. After collecting the rest of the event rewards, I only had 5 minutes left, so I decided to continue the main Chenyu Vale questline, which consisted of me being lost in the fog and being the second coming of Jesus. What am I supposed to do here? Oh. Anyway, I got a little further before time ran out, so I stopped here for the day. Not much going on today since it was pretty much just finishing the event, so here's the daily game. See you tomorrow. Hi, welcome to day 5. Bing, bang, boom, bada bing, bam. I went back to doing the quest, until I saw a chest in the distance that wasn't even in Chenyu Vale, but my exploration instincts... Anyway, back to the chest. After puzzling my way through the puzzles and collecting the reward chest, plus a little bonus I noticed in the corner of my eye, I got a luxurious chest, found out that Fujin was the protagonist of a reincarnator cultivation manhwa, and watched a cutscene where I finally unlocked the last area in Chenyu Vale. I made my way over after only missing the fish taxi once. I followed the fish for a few moments before getting distracted by... I'm not sure what this is called, but anyway I got skill diffed, even with Songli on my team, and my Hu Tao died. So I got the precious chest and moved on. Bro, can this fish move any faster? Okay, wait, that's not what I meant. It was at this point that I realized the fish I was following was Fujin. No, I don't pay attention. How did you know? I unlocked another waypoint, went cliff diving for another spirit carp, and got distracted by a couple of chests, and by a couple I mean more than a few. Defended Fujin from a bunch of gankers, beat up mythical fish Sonic, and watched another cutscene that for some reason reminded me of Shark Tale. Don't ask me why. Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. So would this cutscene technically be tagged as Golden Shower? I am so sorry. For real though, this scene made me kinda mad because as a famous person once said, I'd rather be pissed off than pissed on. Afterwards, I continue with the quest. Or I would have continued if my computer didn't pull a tomfoolery and brick on me. Now I'm pretty computer illiterate, so having my footage corrupt 40 minutes into recording like that had me floundering. Like a fish. Anyway, after 3 hours of mostly googling around, I luckily recovered the footage and was able to get on with the last 20 minutes of recording. So I found out that Fujin is now totally in fish form and can fit in with the cast of Shark Tales. Yes, that movie lives rent-free in my head. But yes, I finished the quest, which also gave me an achievement. I thought I may as well get the last waypoint, so I got started on that. Hoping I'd have enough time, but not before getting distracted by my final spirit carp and a time trial challenge. 2 achievements later, and I can now feed my spirit carps to Fujin, which... I'm not sure. Is that cannibalism? Or does it not count since the carps are spirits? Schrodinger's cannibalism, I guess. But as you can see, I have all 50 spirit carps since I was only missing 3 before this challenge. If it had any primos as rewards, I wouldn't have claimed it since that's kinda cheating. But since it doesn't, gimme. Guess I won't claim this achievement till the end of the challenge. Hopefully I remember not to. With only 5 minutes left on the timer, I decided to continue the questline I thought I finished on day 2, but actually didn't. Silly me. Day 5? Over. Day 6 started off with redeeming a new code. After doing my dailies, I quickly returned to doing the quest. Bro actually named his dog after his wife after she kicked him out. What a subtle way of calling her a bitch. I infiltrated a Pixar villain's underwater lair, but not before getting distracted by a chest. Where is it? Ah. After getting distracted by a few more chests and sealies, I found a map and a riddle. I admit I was half tempted to drop whatever I was doing to follow this and satisfy my curiosity, but I didn't. I had learned self-control.
Literally lying.
So, after getting distracted by just one more puzzle,
Still lying.
I went into the underwater lair, landed on an explosive barrel, blew up the Fatui with my cannon, and ended the quest with an explosive finish. But yes, the quest was finally over, which meant I could go follow that map and riddle, right after I finished the event. Solving Barrow's expectations was pretty easy. I climbed up the mountain, started the puzzle, got Shanyun killed in the process, climbed back up the mountain, then flew off to the chest. Afterwards, I decided, why not? I'll go do the rest of these treasure maps as well while getting distracted by a few chests along the way, and failing this ball puzzle more than a few times. With less than 10 minutes left, I decided to do another quest. This time I chose the one with the girl and the talking animals. With a couple more distractions, I mean chests, time was up, and I prepared for the final day by going to sleep. Hello.
I am under the water.
Welcome to the final day. By the way, I'm probably late addressing this, but I'm not collecting any Hydroculus. Hydroculus because, well, I've got almost all of them. And almost all the ones I'm missing are locked behind world quests. Yeah, it would have been great if I'd planned ahead and did those quests instead of the ones I ended up doing, but I don't know why I said but there. I didn't have anything else to follow up with. I just didn't really plan the video out. Dailies. Back to the quest, which I may have glitched out. No! A little game restart did the trick though. After following some fish for what seemed like forever, I reenacted Finding Nemo and saved some fishies from the bad humans. Only to be sent back to the depths one more time, before finally completing the quest. At this point I decided to try some exploration, so I looked at my map and went to the place with the lowest percentage. While exploring, I somehow got detained and was sent to the fortress of Maripede, so I said fuck it and decided to explore a little. After the longest elevator ride of my life, I took another elevator. Which led me to, oh god, a puzzle. I wish I could say I solved this one super fast, but no, I searched up a guide because unlike these gears, the ones in my brain are never turning.
I am stupid.
After collecting the luxurious chest, I realized I was trapped, and I had to spin the gear again. These things are the banes of my existence. Oh boy, I can't wait until I get here in the main quest. You know what? I'm just gonna TP out. Not this time, copper. After solving a puzzle in a random cave, I swam around and found not a chest in sight. Well, this was a problem. Luckily, I found a puzzle that gave me a luxurious chest and an achievement, which would have been great if I recorded, but I paused the recording to go to the bathroom and forgot to unpause it. Kill me. I swam through a cave and realized it just led me to a boss. So I just TP'd somewhere else and, oh look, a chest. I climbed up to get a better view and realized I may have made a mistake. Once again, made a mistake. So I TP'd to Chenyu Vale, got a couple chests and an achievement, then TP'd back to Fontaine after finding nothing else. Found a treasure map, which I proceeded to follow, and ran out of time. I started this challenge at 57,869 primogems, and ended at 60,585. Which means the total primogems I gained throughout the week by only playing an hour a day was 2,716. Is that a lot? Debatable. There are a lot of things that would have bumped up that number if I hadn't explored as much as I did before this challenge, if I hadn't collected most of the Hydroculus already, if I had planned out each day instead of winging it like the true casual I am. The point is, it'll vary depending on what you've already done in the game. Good luck to everyone saving for Arlecchino, and before I end the video, one thing I wanted to leave off with is don't let others force you to play the game their way. If you want to explore every inch of the world, then by all means. If you want to read every dialogue in a side quest because you easily get invested in the stories, then be my guest. If you want to completely optimize your characters and Abyss teams to the nth degree, then go for it. If you want to argue on Twitter about character ships, don't. My point is, if you have 1 hour a day in your busy schedule set aside for a game, enjoy that hour how you would want to enjoy it, not how someone else would.